Miroria has lost the squad's signal. How are things on your end?
We are now within the Confounding abyss. We have visuals of the alien ruins.
We've detected slight omnium fluctuations around your area. The nature of those fluctuations matches with the signals from your space rift beacons. It's a high possibility that it may be a beacon left behind by Rubilia. You should set up a temporary space rift here as your emergency extraction point.
Understood. We'll look around.
Is that a space rift beacon left behind by Rubilia?
Maybe we can try to reactivate it.
The gray space entities are still a bit hostile, but at least they didn't attack me on sight. That means my gray space entity Christomax implant is working.
This is a video message from Rubilia.
Overall, things are going smoothly. I did lose my supply backpack while scaling the cliff. All I have now is half an energy bar in my pocket. I wonder how long it can last me. I have long passed the point of no return. Maybe this is the end of the journey for me.
Lynn, the doctor.
She must have left other clues. Continue your search. Lyra? Can you hear me?
Lynn, go ahead.
We found a space rift node and a video message left behind by Rubilia. We're continuing our search.
Roger that. Communication. Interference is increasing. Keep in touch.
I haven't eaten or had any water for 3 days. However, dehydration is not affecting me much, and the feeling of thirst is declining. I think the Christomax implant is changing me. I can feel there's special energy within the space that is slowly being absorbed by me. This feeling is becoming more and more tangible. I believe this special energy matter is what sustains the gray space entities. They are unlike us humans. They don't need to turn food into energy. Now, very few gray space entities take note of me, and they are no longer hostile at all. Maybe to them, I'm just a deformed gray space entity. I had a strange dream last night. I cannot recall the dream exactly, but I remember the voice I heard in the dream. I can still hear it, even after I woke up. It's something deep, low, and slow. Not unlike the whale songs in the ocean. But I don't know whether it's in my head playing tricks on me, or is it something real? The Christomax implant may be affecting my central nervous system. I am slowly losing control of myself. I'm running out of time.
The Christomax implant is slowly turning the doctor into a gray space entity.
I hope she knew what she was doing.
The voice voice in my head still lingers. It's there, calling. I just can't answer it. I've tried to get close to that alien ruin, but every time I do, nearby gray space entities get restless, like they are able to sense an infiltrator, but can't figure out who it is. But I'm not sure how much camouflage my alteration gives me, so I'm hesitant to try to reach the ruins again. I need time to change into them.
Lyra? Lyra? Communication is cut off.
Yeah, I can also feel the atmosphere becoming tense around here. Should we keep moving, or wait until the communication is restored?
It's highly unstable here. We better not dawdle. Let's keep moving.
Whatever you say.
I tried to reach the gate to the ruins last night. Those horrific things surrounded me. They looked dumbfounded, but not hostile. I wonder if that means they've accepted me into them. The burning sensation caused by my implant is gone. Any sensations on my skin are becoming dull. My central nervous system is losing functionality, replaced by a kind of indescribable sensation. The voice in my head is becoming clear, but sharp, and I'm finding it hard to focus my mind on thinking. It's definitely not good news to me. Before the voice in my head completely devours me, what more can I do? Maybe it's time to open that gate. I have a feeling that the answer I seek lies behind that gate. There are no second chances for me now. I, Rubilia, a human, will embrace my own in there. Haranobu, Lynn, Ruby, I can only hope that I didn't disappoint you.
Our objective must lie within.
Lynn, do we just go in like this?
You're scared?
No. It just feels strange.
Strong Abyssin signal detected!
This enemy? Is it Rubilia? This?
It's Rubilia's body. What did she do to herself?
We've detected large numbers of gray space entities converging on your location. Evacuate stat!
Understood.
The capacity of the space rift is limited. We'll need to go through it in pairs.
Tianlong, take her back.
Yeah, be careful.
Are you hurt? I'm fine. Don't worry. That's good to hear. Lin and Tianlong were recalled to headquarters already, and we just received news that Ruby came too. Ruby's awake? Right. Miss Lin said Ruby waking up might have something to do with us rescuing Dr. Rubilia. We better check on her since you don't have anything to do at the moment. I remember, in my dreams, there's a red eye in the sky.
A red eye?
The eye stared at us. I was so scared, so I ran away with Spark. I followed Spark and ran. But then Spark disappeared. I was all alone. Night fell and then... I don't remember what happened. All I remember is that it was dark and cold. Don't be afraid, Ruby. We're here with you.
You're back, Executor.
Miss Lin, how is Ruby?
Lyra said that Ruby woke up from a nightmare, but before she did, she mumbled the name Innis.
Inners?
Innis was the name of the second city built by Meroria to house its increasing population. It's located northwest of Meroria and extends all the way from an underground cave to the bottom of the sea. But Ruby has never been to that underwater city. I don't know how she knew about it. Besides, Ruby is yet to be able to accurately debrief us on what she saw in her dream. She does not even remember ever mentioning the name Innis. I mean, she was just woken up and is not completely stable. I plan to let her rest for a few days. Let's go check on Rubilia first. She's in another lab, under Archon Larson's watch.
Lin, are you going away again?
We'll be back soon. I promise.
The doctor's brain activity remains at a low level. We've attempted to apply different amounts of weak electrical stimulation without success. Dr. Clive suggests that we transfer Dr. Rubilia to the listener testing ground for in-depth studies, but I feel that's...
We cannot treat Rubilia as one of them. We'll discuss this later. Tianlong, did you say Dr. Rubilia was found inside an abyssant?
More accurately, it's from inside the abyssant's brain. I'm not sure whether the abyssant evolved from Rubilia, or if she shared a kind of symbiotic relationship with it. The Christomax implant caused changes in her, which made common low-level gray space entities see her as one of them. However, we have no way of knowing if this also works on higher-level abyssants and what the end stage of this evolution would be.
Sadly, the doctor is unable to communicate with us. But judging by Ruby's dreams, and how she mentioned Innis, the doctor must have important things to tell us.
Ruby said she saw a glowing red eye in her dreams. I wonder if she's talking about that alien ruin in the abyss. It does resemble an eye in a glance.
But Ruby has never been to the Confounding abyss and seen the ruins.
Maybe Ruby and Rubilia share a special bond that links their senses or consciousness. Ruby's dream may be a projection of Rubilia's dreams.
I agree with Lin. It also matches the data we found in the lab. The gray space entities share a hive consciousness. Rubilia and Ruby, and even that puppet singer, are all part of the same colony.
Right, that makes sense. The message Rubilia left in the Abyss also clearly states that she's been affected by the voices in her head. That voice may come from a higher class abyssant. But these are all hypotheses. We'll have to wait for Dr. Rubilia to regain her consciousness to be sure. Before that, she could only relay information to us via her shared consciousness with Ruby.
Everyone, everything that has happened today is on a need-to-know basis. We cannot reveal Dr. Rubilia and Ruby's identities to the denizens of Meroria. Lyra, you and Dr. Clive must find a way to wake Dr. Rubilia up ASAP. In the meantime, the facility must remain secure. And about Ruby. Lynn, you'll be responsible for her. Please take care of her.
Yes, sir.
As for Ines, we still don't know what Rubilia was trying to say. But if she has really become a part of Abysson's hive consciousness, then she holds much information that is vital to us. I will have Ines's security level raised. Even though there is currently no gray space entity activity there, Meroria must still be prepared.
Is something bothering you, Shirley? Miss Lynn has been filling me in on exactly what's going on with Dr. Rubilia these past few days. It looks like Miss Lyra and her colleagues might have found a way to rouse the doctor. Her neural activity is increasing every day. But we're all a bit worried about what form exactly our reunion will take when the good doctor wakes. These concerns have prompted Archon Larson to transfer the doctor to the Silver Coast Research Station. What do you think? Do you think Dr. Rubilia will be back to her old self? Or something other than human? I don't think the process has stripped Dr. Rubilia of her human capacity for reason and thinking. Her actions seem to have a clear purpose. Like how she sent a message to Lynn using the puppet singer. Or how she made contact with Ruby in a dream to try to transmit a message to Meroria. And when she bravely ventured alone into the Abyss, she also left us with invaluable visual records in her lab and along the way. I think she must have prepared for the possibility that those who might come after her, like us, would need guidance. She must know what she's doing. Think of the sacrifices she's made to understand these gray space entities, and how horrible it must be to keep at arm's length, treated as something potentially dangerous and inhuman. I can't help feeling that we have not done right by her. It's a tough situation, but when she made these decisions, she must have had an inkling of what might happen. I just hope everything she's done will turn out worthwhile in the end.
Executor, Miss Shirley, apologies for the intrusion.
What is it, Lyra?
I just picked up a message from the Silver Coast Research Station. Dr. Rubilia has awoken and revealed some very important information for all of us. Lynn is already on her way there, and I wanted to ask you to come with me to help assess the situation.
Understood. We'll leave at once.
The doctor was only able to rouse herself briefly, which allowed for a short interaction with us. Then she returned to her isolation pod. She released some kind of black fog that has obscured all our attempts to observe what's going on inside the pod. Subsequent attempts at communication have met with no reply.
I see. And so what did she tell you?
She said that large numbers of gray space entities have been summoned by the Hive Mother and are heading for the deep ocean near Innis, where there are some things they are very interested in.
What's this Hive Mother? A gray space entity that's higher up the chain of command? I'm afraid a definitive answer may require the doctor's input. Our main concern right now lies in Innis. The doctor has already warned us numerous times that the second city is in extreme danger. That is, if we are to trust her words. Archon Larson has already put patrols near Innis on high alert, but recently we haven't received any reports of a gray space entity intrusion, which is perhaps even more disconcerting than if we had. It's possible the gray space entities have found a way to cloak their arrival via an as-yet undetected method. My next question would be, what exactly is attracting them to the area? Director Ava, Did Rubilia say anything more detailed in regard to Ines?
No, and I'm afraid she did not appear to be in the best state of mind. She claimed to be suffering under the effects of the Hive Mother's will, and that she was not able to interact much at all with us as a result. Moreover, she soon disappeared back into the black fog I mentioned. Stasis chamber data anomaly. Miss Lin, the doctors...
I can hear you.
Rubilia.
But the Hive Mother can hear you too.
Where is the Hive Mother?
In my head, whatever I see, whatever I hear, she hears and sees. And I can't escape her, even in this pod.
She can sense your surroundings somehow? Using your eyes?
Any gray space entity can become the eyes and ears of the Hive Mother if she so chooses. Nor can I do anything to resist her will. I know that when she looks at me, she can see whatever I see. Right now, when the bulk of her attention is still focused on the Ines artifact under the sea, I can maybe conceal a little bit of what I'm thinking from her. But I'm not sure how long that will last.
What is this artifact under the sea that Ines possesses?
I don't know. I can't fully comprehend the will of the Hive Mother. All I know is she's calling me, and the call is getting stronger and stronger. She needs all of her millions of children to go and release her.
Release her?
The Hive Mother herself is currently imprisoned within a cage of black stone. But the power of the cage is gradually weakening. And when finally that cage is broken, the Hive Mother will reemerge fully into our world.
A cage of black stone? Could it be deep under the sea at Ines?
I can't get any kind of accurate sense of the Hive Mother's current location. Perhaps there is a pocket of abnormal space, like the Confounding abyss near Ines.
It's difficult to imagine what kind of person could have the power to cage the Hive Mother. But I suspect the Blackstone ruins left in the Confounding abyss may be their handiwork as well.
I don't know much about that. I have no access to the minds of those powerful abyssins. But as for the inferior, younger gray space entities, they do not have the ancient memories of the Hive Mother, nor seek to continue her ancient grievances. I'm still trying to establish closer contact with them, and some kind of rapport. But I feel like the closer I get, the less human I become. I just don't know if I can. If I can.
Rubilia?
The stasis chamber's readout has returned to normal. Her consciousness is fading.
Listen carefully. She is keeping a close eye on me. I have to retreat back into the fog. She can use all my senses for her own purposes. Only the fog blocks her vision. Ines, you have to stop her.
If what the doctor just said is true, then I'm afraid the entire region may not be the friendly human habitat we imagined. I will inform Hykros headquarters of what has transpired here and request urgent reinforcements. We will have to prepare for the worst.
It doesn't look like the doctor is capable of many conversations in her present state, Archon Larson. But she must know even more than what she's managed to reveal.
Yes. We'll have to see whether we can minimize or cut off the Hive Mother's influence. It might help to stabilize her. Lyra, can I leave that to you? Dr. Clive will provide all the necessary resources.
Yes, sir.
For the time being, Dr. Rubilia will have to remain confined within her pod. We can't risk bringing her back to Meroria at this stage. Director Eva, an executor team led by Captain Merrill will help you shore up the research station's defenses.
Yes, sir.
As for Inners, Lynn, can you organize a team to investigate? And if necessary, we may need to stagger an evacuation of Inner's population to Meroria.
Understood.
Time is against us. I suggest using the long-range space rift located within the station to reach Innes directly.
And as for Rubilia, she's in your hands.
Don't worry, Miss Lynn. We'll look after her.
Very well. Executor, Shirley, let's go.
Sorry for delaying your important mission, Lynn. Is the space rift out of action? It seems so. Strange. It was working just fine 5 minutes ago. Then, when I was running some basic system checks, suddenly, I couldn't locate the space rift beacon in Innes.
And why could that be?
Well, we're running diagnostics to see if the machine is malfunctioning, but it could be a problem with the relay station or Inner's own space rift. Yes, hello? Did you manage to get in touch with the technician in Inner's? Oh, what's that? Then... and Outpost 10? Okay, got it. Bad news. Something's happened to Outpost 10. We've lost contact with it. And where is Outpost 10?
In the ring-shaped river valley not too far away. Outpost 10 is responsible for servicing our telecommunications and space rift networks with Innes. A problem of this magnitude with Outpost 10 means we've lost contact with Innes altogether. I don't think it's a coincidence. I suspect the outpost may well have already come under Grey Space Entity's attack. Shelley, please inform Ms. Lyra about this at once. The Executor and I will investigate it personally.
Okay, understood.
Hear the news? Something's happened to Outpost 10.
Don't tell me you're coming too.
Of course I am. Archon Larson is quite concerned. I'll wait for you up ahead.